Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dimma Tutorials, and as you know, I just to help you prepare for exams on the use of English and literature. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the subscribe button below so you can get notified each time I upload a new video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the ways you should prepare for your exams and the way of writing your JAMB CBT exam. So please watch this video to the end so that you wouldn't miss anything that we're sharing with you today. Once you've purchased your JAMB form for 2021, the first thing you should do is to give yourself a target. Give yourself a target. Your target is the score you want to have in the exam. Bearing in mind that different courses and different universities have different cutoff marks. When you set targets, it's like giving oxygen to your success for this exam. Imagine having to shoot an arrow without having a target. Where would you aim? You will aim at nothing, so it's pointless and a waste of energy and effort. If you intend to sit for JAMB this year without having a targeted score, you may end up not getting the required score to be considered to have passed. When you have a score you've targeted, it gives a sense of direction, allows your mind to focus, and helps you hit your target, and sometimes exceed your target. Setting a target in this year's JAMB will allow you to measure your progress. For example, if you set a target of 300 in the exam, and when you solve past questions, you score below 50%, what does that tell you? It tells you still need more work and studies. Another thing that setting a target and being serious with it does is that it keeps you away from distractions and keep you locked in. Having a target will constantly remind you that you are not going to JAMB lessons to make friends and that you are not on YouTube to watch movies. Did you know that setting a target can make you score above your targeted score? This was my experience in 2007 when I wrote JAMB. I actually scored more than my targeted score. I will let you know how this happened at the end of this video. After you set a target, a very important quality you must develop to meet or exceed your target is to be determined to study smart and study hard. To study hard and study smart. Yes, you do not only have to study hard, but also you need to study smart to pass JAMB exam this year. While studying, make sure you read based on syllabus. Read based on syllabus, check for the topics you are meant to cover on the subjects you'll be writing, and make sure you study them very well so that you'll be able to answer questions on them no matter how twisted the questions are. For example, if you are writing literature, it will be foolhardy not to read the recommended text. You know JAMB keeps changing poems, novels and plays for the exam, so find out the recommended texts and read them. And if you are in the sciences and you are asked to prepare on respiration, do not leave it to go and study digestion if digestion is not in the syllabus. So focus on topics in the syllabus, study them vastly and be well grounded in them, so that you can answer questions on them, no matter how twisted. While studying for this exam, please learn to manage your time. Don't spend time you should use to study on social media. If you are determined to pass or reach your target, you will know that time is of essence. Spending useful time on social media, posting and commenting on people's posts will impair your success. A student told me in an interview that one of the things that helped her pass WASC, JAMB and post-UTME in SS2 was that she deleted most social media apps from her phone in order to avoid being distracted. I advise you watch the video so that you can hear her success story. Another thing you need to avoid if you do not want to fail this year's exam is procrastination. Procrastination will make you lose precious time. It will prevent you from being able to meet your target and kill your dream of gaining admission into the university. There is no special time to study. Don't say you will study at night when you can study in the morning, and don't make excuses for yourself on why you should not study at a particular time. Everyone in Nigeria knows that electricity is still a problem in this country. So don't make excuses of not studying at night because there is no power supply. If you are determined to pass, you know that rechargeable lanterns can serve you very well. In 2007, when I wrote JAMB, I used kerosene lantern and I wrote and passed it in first attempt. The importance of practicing past questions cannot be overemphasized. As you are preparing for this exam, it is pertinent to practice past questions to help you figure out the popular topics. There are some topics JAMB tend to prefer more than the others for thorough testing of students. Though the JAMB syllabus contains all the topics of interest, there are still some topics that are more frequently asked and have more questions from them. For example, if you've been studying with the past questions, you will notice that the lesson and structure section contains more questions and is always in the use of English paper. Studying JAMB past questions will help you know how prepared you are and the areas you still have gaps to fill. When studying with past questions, make sure you always do that with your textbooks beside, so that you can always read up any concept you do not know in the questions. So your past questions should work together with your textbooks. You know JAMB is computer based and once the given time elapses, the computer will automatically submit your answers. So time yourself while practicing with past questions to help build your speed and confidence. Similarly, another important thing you should do while preparing for this exam is to familiarize yourself with the use of computer. It will be very embarrassing that you enter the exam hall. You don't even know where to type in your login details. You don't know how to move the mouse, which is what you are going to be using to click your answers all through the exam. After studying well and you don't know how to use the computer, you will still find the exam pretty difficult. There have been some cases where students mistakenly submit their answers before doing up to 20 questions out of 180 questions. You can imagine what the person's score would be. This reminds me of what happened to me when I wrote JAMB in 2007. At that time, it wasn't CBT but paper-based. I arrived at the venue and saw a lot of people outside the gate of the school, so I assumed the exam had not commenced. I was there watching and listening to conversations, then decided to approach the gate. On getting to the gate of the school, I was asked to present my JAMB form receipt, which I didn't have. I only came with my JAMB registration printout. Then I had to go back home to get it. On coming back, the exam had already started and I was directed to my seat. I was a little unsettled. I tried as much as possible to be fast in answering the questions, but couldn't answer all the questions before we were asked to submit our papers. Though I couldn't finish, I was able to score more than my target. My target was actually 200 because I knew if one could score 50% in an exam, the person passed. I didn't even know there was anything like cutoff mark. I just wanted to pass. When the results were released, I scored 231 and that made me really happy. After the results were released was when I knew there was anything like cutoff mark. So in post-UTME, I set higher targets for myself. I set a target of 250 and scored 260 in UNM post-UTME. That was what gained me admission to the University of Nigeria in Nsukka in my first attempt of writing JAMB. I know you can do better. In 2007, there were no online teachings like you have now. So you have more opportunities to do really well. Set higher targets for yourself to prepare you to do better. Meanwhile, have you seen the video of the interview I had with the student that passed WASC, JAMB and post-UTME in SS2? If you want to see the video, let me know in the comment section. Lastly, and very importantly, please commit yourself and the exam into God's hands. Pray for good health and ability to remember all that you studied. God says He will crown our efforts with success. Please pray and believe God to help you. I hope you've been inspired. I hope you now know the importance of preparing well for this exam. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time in another video. Bye for now.